if you've ever looked into the bored, glazed over looks of a group sitting or standing before you and wondered, I wonder how long my debrief should be? Well, this video is for you. But you will not only come away with a great framework that'll help you understand how long your debrief should be, but most importantly, you are going to be filled with inspiration with lots of other ideas that will help you lead debriefs with confidence and ease. Do you feel that leading a debrief or reflection exercise is one of your least favorite parts of your program leadership skills? Well, if you nodded your head yes, you're not alone. Me too. I've been in the field for over 35 years and it is still my debriefing and my reflection skills, the one thing that I continue to get better and refine at over all of this period of time. And one of the most important questions that has helped me refine and enhance my debriefs is this answer to the question, how long should my debriefs be? In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 critical elements that will help frame the success of every debrief you lead from now on. Like most things, the answer to the question, how long should my debriefs be, is governed by the rule of 3. When I stand before a group, everything about the delivery of my debrief is governed by 3 things. Possibly the most important framing element is my intention for standing there in the first place. Now, you could consider this as being your goal, your objective. I refer to it as what's the difference I'm looking to make? And of course, that's connected to the difference for the entire arc of my program. But the very first thing I think about as I'm thinking about how long my debrief is going to be is that I consider what is my intention right now as I'm about to launch into whatever that reflection exercise is going to be. Now, naturally, you could cover all sorts of different topics. In fact, there's probably not an exhaustive list of all the different topics you could cover. But if you have identified and articulated clearly what your intention is for this debrief session, focus on 1 or 2 of those topics only. Don't go for 3 or 4 or 5. They're all there, but work out what are the most important that are connected to the intention of your program or for that specific activity. So that's number 1. What is your intention for being there? This second element is probably a reflection of my own personal professional skills, but I like to refer to it as the here and now. I'm not a psychologist or a counselor or have any of those sorts of therapeutic skills. So when I'm working with a debrief and I'm considering how much I'm going to be managing, I always consider keeping a boundary around what was here and now that is conscious and shared for my entire group. We've all been there when someone pipes up with, oh, that was just like what happened in the coffee room last week, or, oh, in the playground you said, he said, she... You get the idea. It's so difficult to know what actually went on when only 1 or more people out of your group were actually present at the time. So in the process of what you're doing and the experience that everyone has shared, relate everything about your debrief to the here and now, what actually occurred here. Now, if it does come up that it was connected to something else outside of this experience, that's cool, acknowledge it, but invite them to say, what was it about what happened there that reminded you of what happened here? Okay, so that's an important aspect too. Keeping it to here and now will limit how much time you end up speaking. Now, I know this is number 3, but it's possibly the most important, and that is significance. That is to say, you might launch into your debrief or your reflection thinking this is going to be a really significant experience because of what you planned for the activity. But if it was really easy and there was no challenge for the group, it was just basically a bit of routine and boredom for the group, then if there's no significance, bang bang, do not speak. Do not talk in terms of your debrief. The amount of time you spend talking should be really, really limited. And of course, the inverse is true too. Sometimes we go into experiences not expecting any substantive value, and then something significant happens. So that third element is critical to help me understand how long should my debrief be. If it was significant, I know I'm going to have to allow a little bit more time. If there was no significance or was insignificant, it's probably going to be really limited or perhaps even no time at all. Now, before we go on, do me a favor. If any 1 or more of these resonates for you, makes sense for you in terms of your facilitation skills, Could you like the video? Because every time we get those likes, it sends a signal to me and my team to create more content of this nature. And not only that, if you love it, go ahead and subscribe as well. That would be really useful. And also hit the notification bell because we drop this content probably about once a week, which means if you don't know when it's coming, YouTube will let you know if you subscribe and hit the notification bell. So let's get the drum roll, please. What's the answer to the question, how long should a debrief be? Well, it depends. Of course, you knew that going in, but if you focus on one or two topics, look at the here and now in terms of your conversation, and focus on what was significant or not, it will help you limit and provide a boundary about how long your debrief is going to be. Now, if I had to look over all of the collective debriefs over my career of 35 years, maybe 5 to 10 minutes would be the average, because I'm choosing what's significant when I do conduct a debrief, and I'm only focusing on one or two topics. So if perhaps in your experience, you're spending more than 5 or 10 minutes on a debrief, you've either got some really significant stuff you're dealing with and just need that time, and that's happened for me as well, or you may be picking too many topics to go after, or you're not related just to the here and now. So consider those 3 really critical elements to help you answer that question when you stand before a group. Now, as I said, it does depend. There's so many things that always depends on, but I can also tell you another critical element, a little bonus if you want to say, is to use a variety of debriefing or reflection exercises for your group. If your idea of debrief is simply getting together, standing in a circle and asking a series of questions, look, that's a legitimate technique, but if you use it all the time, there's no doubt you're probably questioning how long your debriefs should be. Because if you use a variety of techniques, it's going to engage your group. They're not going to expect what's about to happen, because you can see the eyes roll when you say, oh no, here it comes. Form a circle, we know what's going to happen now. If that's happening, you're not using enough or a wide enough variety of different techniques. So stay tuned, because I'm going to share with you a bunch of really fascinating, non-traditional, simple and easy, but importantly, fun and engaging techniques that can help you debrief as well. Hey, here's a bonus for sticking around so long in this video. I'm now going to share with you dozens of really fun and engaging debriefing activities. And it's as simple as going to playmio.com/activities. And then inside the search engine, check out the debriefing or reflection tab. And there it will show you dozens of different ways that you can sort of pepper your whole adventure experience, your facilitation experience, with some interesting and not boring forms of debriefing exercises and activities. Oh, and don't forget, you get the step-by-step instructions for free for every one of those activities. So again, go to playmio.com/activities, and it'll give you lots of ideas to add to your repertoire, so you will feel more confident and at ease when it comes to that time to consider, ooh, okay, it's time for the debrief. I wonder how long this needs to go. They won't think of that question quite as often, maybe as in the past, if you're introducing a fresh variety of techniques and experiences for them. Oh, and finally, I'm just a comment away. This concept of debriefing and reflection really vexes a lot of people. So if you've got a question, maybe something you're working on, maybe a problem you've encountered, drop a comment into this video and I will guarantee, I promise, I will respond normally within 12 hours with my response to your question. Or if you just simply want to share something about what you've learned about how long your debriefs should be, I'd love to hear from you too. And of course, that adds to the collective wisdom of this community of facilitators throughout the world. Thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate it. Have fun out there.